move next to next speaker for the Seattle Aloka. Seattle Aloka.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. So first of all, I want to say I'm very happy getting opportunity to share my Dharma talk with you. Before talking my Dharma talk, I want to introduce myself. I'm Venerable Aloka from MC University, Thailand. So today, my Dharma talk topic is cultivation of for Brahmavihara, supply living for world peace. Today we can see that many leaders, including United Nations, are trying for world peace. But many people are having trouble because of violence. So as we are religious leaders, we have responsibility to illuminate what is the best the way for peace. In my opinion, the best trajectory for peace, it is cultivation of for Brahmavihara, supply living. Because to tell you the opposite of violence, it is loving kindness. If you have loving kindness, you are not going to kill other. If you have loving kindness, you will help other. So if you are absent of loving kindness, you will be angry person. When you will be angry person, next you may going to fight with other. If you fight with other, your environment, your society, your community, your country will be trouble. How they can be peace? That is why we need to cultivate love and kindness today. And according to Buddhist literature, we find one of the very good benefit, that is the loving kindness can cure the insomnia problem. Today we can see that many people has the insomnia problem, that is mean cannot sleep very well, right? So according to Buddhist literature, if we practice loving kindness meditation, metta meditation, we can sleep very well, right? That is why we need to practice loving kindness meditation. Then another thing, we have to deeply understand that if we have loving kindness, if our mind is full of loving kindness, our mind will be peaceful, very clear. When your mind is very clear, your physical body condition will be good, healthy, innocence. Your face will be very beautiful, very handsome, no need to make up. It's loving kindness meditation. And another thing, we have to deeply understand that if we practice loving kindness meditation, we automatically keep in first precepts of Buddhism, which is no killing. You see? They are interconnecting each other. We need to deeply understand. That is why we have to practice loving kindness meditation. We have to cultivate loving kindness today. Then second, let me explain the second one, the second Brahmavihara compassion, which is known in Pali language as karuna. The synonym of the karuna is also, we can say that avihingsa, this is the same word. The karuna, this is the Buddha in Anguttara Nikaya, the Arati Sutra, he said that avihingsa pahanaya, avihingsa bhavitabba. It is mean the karuna, compassion also can remove, can control, can protect that violence. That is why we have to cultivate compassion as well. If you are lack of compassion, maybe you will be cruel person what cruel person do? Cruel person, they try to hit other, they try to beat other, they try to speak, they try to talk harsh speech with other. Your cruelty, your harsh speech can make other unhappy, not peaceful. That is why we need to cultivate the compassion as well. Then the compassion, when you have the compassion, you have to understand that you are not going to steal other properties. You will not take other properties which is not given, because you have compassion. That is why the compassion is very important. And one of the definition I like very well, they define by James Doty from the Stanford University. He also the director of the science, the compassion department in Stanford University. He said that compassion is recognition of another's suffering and desire to alleviate that suffering. You see, the compassionate mindset, it is to alleviate other suffering. That is why this is very important to cultivate the compassion. Then the number 3, I want to explain the sympathy joy. The number 3, the mudita, the Brahmavihara. That is the sympathy joy. It is known in Pali language, mudita. I want to say that the mudita, the sympathetic joy, it is a psychological buffer, or a psychological therapy to protect human over selfish, to reduce human over selfish, to control human negative emotion, to control human jealous problem. That is why I can say that the person who is the lack of the mudita, the sympathy, they are very arrogant person. They try to compare with other that, the comparison, their comparison maybe make next the competition, negative emotion. That is the first step of human conflict. We need to understand about that. That is why when we can cultivate the sympathy, we will be, very wide-minded people, open-minded people. That is why the sympathy is very important. And another thing we need to understand that today we can see, some people, they have the autism. Autism it means loneliness. They live alone. Why? What is the problem? The problem is they have big ego, their concept is I'm best one, I'm great one. This is wrong concept. But when you can cultivate your sympathy, you can automatically reduce those kinds of wrong concepts. That is why we need to cultivate sympathetic joy. We can also see today, some people, they have the dissatisfaction of living. They are not happy with their life. What is the problem? Buddha in Arati Sutra said that, Arati pahanaya mudita bhavetappa. It means we need to live happily, satisfying ourselves. When you compare with others, they are very successful, and you look into on yourself, I am very smallest one, and you accept. You see, that is when you have these kinds of concept, you will not be happy. You will not satisfy with your life. That is why we need to cultivate sympathetic joy as well. And when you have the sympathetic joy, we can also they translate like unselfish joy. And you also will get one of the benefits, that is the non-judgmental happiness. You are not going to judge other, that guy is bad, that guy is stupid. Those kinds of things sometimes can make human unhappy. That is why when you have the sympathy, you also can control your jealousy, envy, malice, etc. Then you can live happily. So sympathy with joy also very important. When you personally, individually, you are happy, you can make happy other as well. You can make the peaceful other as well. That is why the sympathy also very sympathetic joy also very important. The last, the Brahmavihara is the Ubekha. It is called equanimity or equality. This is a very important today. Some people, they have the anti-corruption. What is the problem? Their lack of equality, Ubekha. That is why you see in the United Nations, the Universal Declaration, the first article, they wrote that all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and right. You see, equal or equality, this word. It is mean for the human rights, also the equality is very important. United Nations, they established, I think, over 70 years. But the Buddha have thought about the equality 2,500 years. But we need to use his teaching. That is why the equality also very important. When you have the equality, you will automatically control the discrimination, caste system, and chauvinism. Today you see some people chauvinism. Oh, our nation is great. Our country is great, like that. This is wrong concept. When you are going to be a great leader, you have to be careful to maintain this equality. Then some people, they do the wrong the decision. What is the problem? Because of their absence of equality. That is why we need to they cultivate equality as well. So this is for the Brahmavihara. When we have these 4 qualities, we automatically can cultivate one great thing. This is wisdom. When we become the wise person, we can understand what is bad thing, what is good thing, what is holism action, what is unholism action. The words, Pali words, manusa, really human. In Sanskrit, this is called manusha. It is mean a person have to understand what is good, what is bad, what is evil, what is benefit, we have benefit, what is holism, what is unholism. After understanding, they have to follow, or they have to cultivate, and they have to avoid it. So what they have to, they cultivate, as I explained it, we have to cultivate loving kindness. We have to cultivate compassion. We have to cultivate sympathetic joy. We have to cultivate equanimity. When you have these 4 qualities, you can say you are a real human. That is why for the world peace, we need to understand ourselves. We need to change ourselves. If you want to change the world, first you have to change yourself. What do you have to change? You have to change that angry person to loving kindness person, cruel person to compassionate person, jealous person to sympathetic person, discriminative person to equal person. Then when you have this quality and you have be like this, your environment, your society, your community your country will be peaceful. So what we have to do, finally, in conclusion, I want to request that all my Dharma brothers and sisters, please for the world peace, change yourself first and cultivate this for Brahmavihara, then we can make the peaceful world. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Seattle Ashin, Alok